Hey everyone, and welcome. Today I'm going to do a makeup tutorial of a makeup tutorial. Now, does that make sense? Well, I'm a big advocate of women over 50 not wearing a lot of makeup, and I'm certainly not my most beautiful right now because, as you can see, I have no makeup on. But I do think that makeup does have a place in your beauty arsenal, and if anything, it's a whole heck of a lot of fun. It's like painting. I was in my 20s in the 1980s, and believe me when I tell you, we wore a lot of makeup back then. I mean, tons. I look at pictures of myself now and I crack up because I can't even believe I went out like that. And as a matter of fact, I remember going on a date with this really cute guy once, and he was like, you're really pretty, but, you just wear way too much eye makeup. And I was like, what? Too much eye makeup? Couldn't get enough. Couldn't be enough for me. But, well, because back then that was the look, and I was all about being artistic and avant-garde and edgy, and I'm throwing in some photos here because you can see what I'm talking about. And I also modeled for a while. And when you modeled back in those days, I mean, granted, they did your makeup really tastefully, and I'll throw in some of those photos too, as you can see right now. But still, it was definitely over the top, just like our hair was over the top and everything else, but it was a fun time. But what it got me thinking about was makeup, not so much to look younger, but for fun, doing it just because it's fun. So I am going to repeat the makeover that this YouTuber did with the exact same products. I watched her video about 10 times, so I think I got the routine down. And we are going to be using drugstore makeup. We're going to be using Maybelline, which I love because it's inexpensive and they have some great products. Who doesn't love drugstore makeup? How many of you out there don't remember like Maybelline Kissing Potion or Maybelline black eyeliner that you take a lighter and you do the inside of your eyes? Come on, if you were born in the 60s, I know you know what that is. So I'm going to follow her video tutorial. I'm going to take a moment and take all of this makeup out of the packages, and I am going to do her exact makeup routine, and I want you to tell me, is it too much or does it look great? All right, so I'll be back at you with the tutorial, and thanks for tuning in. Okay, I'm gonna take off my glasses. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, these lights are really bright, but this actually is a perfect match to my skin. The other color was way too dark when I looked at it outside when I went to go get the other shade. This is the Age Rewind. And this is exactly how she put it on. So really, she was loading it on there. Just gonna put a little here on my psoriasis. So that was the under eye concealer, and now I'm going to use this Maybelline Fit concealer, and this concealer on a multiple websites gets a rave review. I mean, like, not just from her, but from a lot of different people. So she uses this to highlight, and I actually got this in exactly what my skin color is. We're just going to tap it in, and and try to get it blended into the skin without wiping it. I'm gonna put a little more here around my nose, where I get little capillaries that are broken now that I'm in my 50s. I'm in my exercise outfit today because I just got finished doing my yoga burn, which I so love, and I highly recommend that you go and check out that video that I did on my yoga burn. And I'm just gonna go a little more here where I have a few. This is such an amazing, I can see this concealer is like the exact color of my skin. I guess I could get it one shade lighter if I wanted to completely use it as a highlighter, but I don't see the need. Very good so far. Okay, now she goes over everything with a little bit of powder, which I know a lot of people are probably like, well, do I really need to do that? Because you don't want your skin to look older than it really is. But honestly, if you're going to use highlighter and it's the middle of the summer and it is really humid out, I don't know about where you live, but where I live in Chicago here, it's really humid. So I'm going to take some of this powder. Now the only thing that I didn't get, I got everything that she used in the video, is powder, because they didn't have it in any of the stores. So I'm using this Revlon Photo Finish or Photo Ready powder, which I really like it and I've used it before. So let's just put powder all over my face. And I know this is the antithesis of what I've been doing in my old age here. But we're gonna rub it in, rub it in, rub it in. All right, now we're gonna take the Maybelline, the Master Fix, and it is a spray, and and that should keep your makeup set all day. Oh, it actually smells really good. Okay, so that's step one. Well, now my skin looks much more flawless, and I haven't gotten to the highlighter yet, and I'm looking in my mirror over here. I haven't gotten to the highlighter yet. That will make my face look a little bit less matte. We're gonna do the brows. And for the brows, we're gonna use two things. I got blonde because my hair is really fair, but we're gonna use the pencil to define, and then we're gonna use these fibers to make the brows have more shape. So brows, I have none. They're very light, and as I've gotten some gray hair, they're even worse. They're not bright at all. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take this mirror right here, and I'm gonna have to, because I don't have my glasses on, I'm gonna have to pencil in my brows this way, and hopefully you could still see that. This is a beautiful color though. I'm loving this brow pencil. It's not, you know, sometimes when you're blonde and you get a blonde brow pencil, it's almost too blonde, and either you can't see it or it's too yellow. But this is a good one. But I will, and I almost bought the medium one, but I like this one. And I'm gonna show you a little tip. I used to work years ago with a girl in New Jersey who was one of the biggest brow stylists. She did everyone. She did Bon Jovi's wife and all the rich and famous in New Jersey. And one of the things she always taught me was start here, and remember this part of your brow is lighter because the sun hits it, and actually make your brow darker as you go toward the end. So once you get, and then always put like a little point at the top of your eyebrow like that. See the difference in both of those eyebrows? That's pretty incredible. All right, I'm gonna start with this one now. Just gonna twist it up a little bit more. It's hard when you wear glasses because I don't wear contacts and you can't see, so I have to use a magnifying mirror. And don't over pluck. I know as we get older, I just pluck a little bit here at the end when they get too long, and the ones that stray down. If you're a brunette, you're going to need to do this more than a blonde, because your strays will show. Now here, I don't really have too much hair, so I'm kind of making a fake arch. And just use short strokes. All right, now, I don't want my brow too square here because that'll look unnatural, but all right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill them in with the powder. Now this brow I made a little bit more square, so I'm actually gonna brush that out a little bit because I want them both to be even. It's tempting because this is where you really, your brows look way more youthful when you have more hair there. All right, so let's see if they're both, let me put my mirror back here so I can see. Okay, that looks good from a distance. Looks good, looks good. All right, now we're gonna take this eyebrow gel, and it's got this good, see that little brush? Isn't that awesome? So I'm gonna take same mirror, and I'm trying to do this so you could see, and I'm just gonna add, and you know, Benefit has something very similar to this, but it's that I have purchased before, the fiber, but it's very expensive. So I would try this before I would spend money on the Benefit, because you want money, more money to do other things that you like to do, like travel and stay in beautiful hotels and, you know, buy something else that you love for your home or your closet. All right, so I'm wondering if you could see this. It really helps to have a magnifying mirror for this, but I can see how the brows really, they really do. It really adds brush strokes. It's a little too much there. There, I love it. Really good product. Love both of those. Love both of the brow pencils and the brow products. All right, so now I have my brows. And then from a distance, even though I don't have my glasses on, I can still see. I'm farsighted, so I can see better distances, so I can see that that looks okay. All right, so the next thing she does is she does a highlight powder. Okay, the next step she does is she uses a highlighting powder all over the face. And the one that she uses by Maybelline is the Tawny Blush with Gold Flecks. And that, they don't make that anymore, or I couldn't find it anywhere, not even at Ulta online. So she recommended Physicians Formula. This is very similar. I happen to have this product on hand. So I'm gonna take my blush brush and I'm gonna swirl it around, and then I'm gonna tap it, and then into my hairline, and you know, the E that everyone talks about to make it like sun-kissed. And it adds a little bit of glow. I always go over the bridge of my nose a little bit because that is where the sun would hit you. Okay, so it does add a little bit of glimmer, but not too much, because I definitely don't want a bronzer, because you have to remember I have this palette to work with to give myself some chiseled cheekbones and the such. So a little bit of that and we're good to go. Okay, the next step after the light bronzer are the eyes, and there's this gorgeous The Rock Nudes palette, which I'm loving because I have a cool complexion, and the nudes that everybody raves about all the time, like, the next step is we're going to do our eyes, and we're going to use inked pink, and you can get it in these jars or the pencil. She uses the pencil, but I got it in the jars because they didn't have the pencil, and this Bad to Bronze, and we're going to use those first, and then we're going to go over them with this beautiful nudes palette in the Rock Nudes, which I'm loving because I have a cool complexion and I love these colors on my skin. So some of the ones that everybody buys, like the Too Faced palette and the Urban Decay, those bronzy colors aren't so good on me. So I really never saw, like, that never interested me so much that I'd run out and have to buy that. So okay, let's get to it with the eyes. First we're going to take our eye brush and we're going to take a little bit of this bronzed powder, and we're going to dip it in here, and we're going to put that all over the lid. This is nice. See, it's just a little bit natural. And you could actually, now that I'm looking at this, you could leave it this way if you wanted to. If you just wanted a light makeup look. But there's one thing that I have deep set eyes, and I always have to get the shadow. I have to kind of hold my lid a little bit and get the shadow close to my lash line. Wow, that looks really, really pretty. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay. And then I'm going to actually bring it under my eye a little bit and then blend it out. And I love these. These are like, a lot of makeup brands have these kind of tattooed pot, you know, MAC has them, potted shadows, because they stay on all day, which for me as a flight attendant and I'm working 15 hours or 12-hour a day, I want my makeup to stay on. So this is looking really good. Then we're gonna take some of the iced pink and we're gonna put it, and I'm gonna bring that down into the crease there because I have a darker crease. Wow, this is a really pretty color, but it's a lot, so you don't even need that much on your brush, because this one seems to be a little bit, oh, that's a beautiful color. And you could just actually leave that just like it is and apply your liner and your mascara. Okay, I'm gonna go into this Rock Nudes palette and I'm gonna pick one of these gorgeous shades of gray, and I'm gonna get the little brush, my little creaser brush right here. This is my little creaser brush. And I'm gonna take this soft gray right here, and I'm gonna get any of the excess off, and I'm just gonna put that into my crease. Having deep set eyes, you do have to kind of accentuate your crease, and then what you do is you can bring it out, because my eyes are so round. So many girls, I'm so jealous. They have eyes that your eyes go out at the ends, kind of like a slanted almond eye, and there's so many eye looks that they can do that I can't do. Not that I'm not grateful for my eyes, I am, however they are. Okay, I'm gonna pull this a little bit down underneath my crease to get a little bit of the smoky eye, because when I line my eyes, I will not line underneath. I'll probably just tight line them. Okay. And just bring this out a little bit there in the sides. Oh, that looks great. I really like that. Okay. I like that. I think that looks good. I'm not even going to do any more, although I could. All right, now before I touch up underneath my eye, in case I got any makeup under there, I am going to line my eyes. And this product, this black eyeliner, also gets rave reviews from many sites when I was doing my research for this makeup tutorial. Okay, this Maybelline Master Precision eyeliner also gets rave reviews. And I'm just going to use it to tight line my eyes. And then I'm going to put a little under here. And try to get it as close to the eye as possible to your lashes. As you all know, we've been doing our makeup for 50 some years, right? We don't need anyone to tell us. And I would just get that same gray that I'm using with the slanted brush, and I would just go in and ever so gingerly just smudge this line into my lashes. Okay. Now for mascara. I just mainly do my top lashes and maybe a little on my bottom lashes. Probably. And sometimes I use a You can get the same mascara in waterproof. Sometimes I use a waterproof mascara. I want my makeup running off. Wow, my eyes are popping. All right, so those are the eyes. The eyes have it. Okay, moving right along this hour and 25-minute video. Now we're gonna do our cheeks and lips. And this is where this palette comes in with, this is your highlighter, your blush, and this is your contour powder, which is so reminiscent of the 80s and the 70s to a certain extent. So it comes with this little brush here, which I guess you can use. I think I'm going to use that one. And then I have a blush brush. But I love that because these are in really cool tones. This is the Light Kit number 10, and they work well for my skin. So if you go from the top of your ear down, that's where your contour goes. And just, I mean, this looks, when you first put this on, this contour, it's like a little much in a way compared to how I usually do my makeup. But if you blend it well enough, and don't go past your cheekbone, because then it's too much. Okay, let me do the other side. And it seems like, but then we're going to blend it, obviously. Oh, so now I'm blending down using the same blush. And then I'm going to get my favorite brush of all time, the Sonia Cusack brush, which is a blending brush. So now we're going to blend that up into the hairline. Okay. Not bad. I got some cheekbones. And one other thing, I just want to get my concealer. I just want to touch up. See, this concealer is a little bit lighter than this one. I got this one in fair, light, and this one is in fair light, but this one's a little darker. So actually, I would do it the opposite of her. I would use this first, and then I would use this one as my highlighting concealer because it's lighter. So actually, I love this one because it has a little bit of peach and it covers your circles. But if she's going to do a little highlighting, which she does, I definitely would use this for my highlighter. I would do the opposite of what she does in her video. And you can see that when you go to her video, how she does it. But I would do it the opposite. It's good to have the highlight. But, oh. All right. Very good. This just cleans up anything under my eyes. Okay, now this brush I'm going to use to do the highlighter. And this is a brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I got it at Target. And it's funny, in one of her videos, she uses this brush too. But I love this brush, so I'm just going to take a little of this highlighter and blow a little bit to get it off, and I'm going to highlight this area of my cheeks. I'm going to highlight a little on my forehead, on top of my lip, and I'm just going to blend that down too. Okay. Looks good. I love how matte my skin looks with this foundation. All right, now, and when I take my hair out, because my poor little hair needs a haircut, I need to go to Miami next week to have it cut. All right, so now for the blush brush, I have a Sonia Cusack blush brush, and I'm gonna use this shade blush brush, and I'm gonna use this shade here. And then I'm just gonna blow on it, or you can tap it. Oh, this is a nice natural color. I really like this. Now I'm just going to keep the blush to the apples of my cheek because I already did the chiseling of my cheeks, and you can always go in and add a little more chisel, especially for nighttime. You can add some chisel and just blend, 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 blend. It's important for me, especially ladies, I don't have hair to cover my face, so I've got to get it right the first time. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. All right, now I'm going to take out my hair. My hair needs done, so forgive my hair. Let me do, it's kind of cut to come forward. And now we're going to do our lips. Now, She recommended okay, now we're gonna put on the lips, and this color is Pink Tulip. It's a really bright pink. The other pink that she used was, I think it was called Pink Crush. I don't think it was Pink Tulip, but they didn't have it anywhere, and it was even brighter than this, and this looks pretty bright to me. So I'm just gonna lightly, I think the color she had was a little darker, and actually this color I think is better for me. All right. It's bright pink. But you have to remember too, I'm in this light box here and I've got these neon lights. But it's bright. Oh, I like it though, it's pretty. She said it's not that long wearing, but it's super comfortable. And it smells really good. All right. Okay, so one more step would be setting our makeup with the Maybelline Fix It spray. Wow. Okay, now that we have the Fix It spray, let me put my glasses on. And look, beautiful. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so if I had to pick my faves from this whole collection, it would be the Rock Nudes eyeshadow. It would be the Brow Duo in this beautiful blonde shade. I would use and love these two. And like I said to you in her video, which you can watch below, she uses this one as the highlighter and this one to cover. And they both work great together. And I would have never thought to put these together. So I thank her, kudos to that. But I would use this one as the highlighter and put this one on first. And I absolutely love these two eyeshadows, the Iced Pink and the Bronze. And I love the mascara. Awesome. My lashes, I think, look big and beautiful. I had so much fun with this video today, wearing my Opium, my fake, you talk about fake news, fake Opium, wearing my fake Opium perfume and doing a full makeup routine, which I haven't done in a really long time. I'm usually just with my boomstick color, but it was really fun and I hoped you like it. I put a list of all the products below. Really, if you're going to get anything, the brow powder, the brow stick and the brow grooming gel, the two concealers, the eyeshadows, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful texture. They feel good on. The other stuff is all just icing on the cake. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can subscribe or give it a thumbs up. I have another video coming out next week. My mother challenged me to $125. What can you find to make a really cool wardrobe capsule? And you know I love to do those. So I do have an exciting wardrobe capsule. I went to Target yesterday. Got the cutest clothes. She has a Ross near her. I'd have to drive a little farther for a Ross, and I thought I would just change it up a little bit. So I hope to see you again soon. Fly safe, and I'll see you next time.